Hello, Pisces, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. I hope my brain and mouth can make the connection to actually talk to you right now. Let me grab a little bit of coffee here. All right. Yeah, how you doing? This will be your weekly reading for the week of August 10th through the 16th. And during that time, we'll have a waning gibbous moon. And of course, that's a really good time for self reflection and rebirth, a time to just make positive changes, get rid of, negative thoughts, negative attitudes, and really buckle down and work towards achieving your goals and accomplishments. So keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading, Pisces, for the energies that you may or may not encounter this week. So, as always, please take what resonates, but leave what doesn't for someone else on the table. All right, Pisces, your overall message for this reading: your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, let's see what the Pisces collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling, I would like to let you know that my weekly reminder for you is that you notice the world around you this week when it comes to synchronicities. So, this would be things like repeating number patterns. This could be songs, conversations, things that you overhear. This could be an animal that you encounter. And I know in my life, if I encounter an animal that I don't see every day, I look up the aspects and kind of the nature of that animal, and I try to apply it to a situation that's going on in my life. I feel like that's kind of a hint for me. Like, like if I see an owl, there's a situation in my life where I need to apply wisdom or, being stealthy a little bit. So think about those synchronicities and just try to pay attention a little bit more this week. Once that world opens up to you, you cannot not see it. It's there every day. Some days it's easier to pay attention than others, but just my weekly reminder is that you pay attention to those synchronicities. All right, without further ado, Pisces, let's get into this reading, August 10th through the 16th. Your dreams need a practical plan. Let's see what you guys have going on this week. Overall message, the Justice card. So you are kind of in truth-seeking mode. You just want the truth. You want to know, you want things to be in order. You want things to be balanced. This is the card of like equilibrium. You want things to be in order. You want things to be very fair. So it looks like you're in some sort of truth-seeking mode about something. Your current situation is the Page of Wands. So this, is some sort of new path in the way of passion. So this is a new path for you that makes you excited. This is something that you're excited about. You're trying to get to the bottom of the truth of it, but it's something that's exciting for you. At the root of your situation is the Emperor. Okay, so it's also about leadership and control and stability and having a clear vision. This is the card of the builder. This is the card of, authority. It's just someone who knows how to get things done in a very systematic way. Where this is a rule follower. This is someone who's very established. This is someone who's very highly skilled at what they're doing. So the root of your situation is that sort of like the ultimate stability, the ultimate kind of getting stuff done, right? Let's look in your recent past is the King of Cups. So he's very King of Cups is having that knowledge about your own emotions, that how you react to things. And also because it's a king, it's someone who can understand everyone in their kingdom and their emotional, the way their emotions work and how they kind of contribute both negatively and positively to situations, because you just have an understanding of the emotions of the people around you. So you're coming into the situation knowing that, which could be important. We'll see. What's on your mind this week is that things are happening very quickly. So you're truth seeking, but you've got information just coming at you, and maybe that's why. Maybe you're trying to, what do they say? Kind of separate the wheat from the chaff. Like you're trying to root out which information coming at you is real and true, and which isn't, which is kind of BS. So, but also again something that you're passionate about. So these things coming in, make sure you're just discerning correctly what those truths are. And even if you don't know, you don't have to make a decision on it right away. Just you can put it on the back burner, but definitely just make note of that information that's coming in. What is just ahead of you this week is the Eight of Swords. So you're feeling a little bit stuck in this. This is how did I get here? This is things that are, and we've got two eights now. Look up angel number 88. And like I said, with synchronicities, you might be seeing a lot of eights this week. Eights are, in numerology, it's after kind of the conflict and learning things, but it's kind of back to work, right? But in this instance, the eight is kind of asking, how did I get here? And this is ahead of you this week. That, again, if you're trying to discern truth, it might be kind of where some of that confusion comes in, but just realize that you can think your way out of whatever this is. That's what this card is about. It's, of course, like, where am I? Or that's kind of confusion with this blindfold, and you feel like your hands are tied, but this is not a heavy chain. This is almost looks like gauze that she's tied up with. You can bust right out of that, or think your way out of it. In your advice position is the Ace of Pentacles. So whatever the situation is, it looks like it could be job related or home related. But it's the universe kind of offering you something new. It's coming at you and saying, hey, we've got this situation here. And because this is in your advice position, definitely pay attention to this. You may want to react in a positive way to this, that, oh, here's the opportunity coming in. Um, what is the truth of this, with all this new information that's coming in? But to me, your advice is to accept whatever the universe is offering you right now in the way of pentacles, in the way of material things, in the way of money. You just need to be like, yes, please, thank you very much. I will take that and move right along with it. What is beyond your control this week is, that you're going to be hard at work and really focused on something. So, and I want you to look again. Now we've got three eights on the table. So 888, and I do get the feeling that when it's eights, that it is financially something. Eights are a sign of infinity, which is something that, finances never end. It's a constant flow. It's a constant up and down and up and down. So for some of you, this could be very work related, job related, or home related. Okay, secret desire. What you're trying to avoid is some judgment. So not only are you seeking the truth, but are you trying to avoid judgment, or are you making judgments? Only you can answer that. But this, your overall message was your dreams need a practical plan. Are you seeking truth and trying to do it from this very stable? And I just look at how all three of these cards right here are sitting. It's very looking at you, very well. This guy's kind of sideways, but there's a lot of just stability here, right? And maybe you're just questioning your own stability with this card. Anyway, are you making judgments either on yourself or others, or are you trying to avoid judging and making judgments on yourself or others for whatever actions are happening here? Again, we've got three eights, and I do feel like this is kind of in the work realm. This could be some situation at work where you're just trying to get to the bottom of the truth. Maybe there's changes coming on and you're thinking, oh, I'm feeling a little bit stuck. How did I get here? I'm going to think my way out. This could be a promotion that comes in, or a raise that comes in, or an opportunity that comes in. And you're just kind of, you need to ask yourself, am I judging too quickly, or am I trying to avoid making any judgment at all? That'll be your big question this week. In your outcome position is the Fool card. So this sets you off, whatever this is. Looks like it's about to set you off on a new path, on a new journey. What that could it be a new job for you? Could be. Could it be a new home for you? Could be. Something again in that material pentacle realm, but it's something that's being offered you, but you're really, again, it's coming hard and fast, but you're really thinking about it. And it looks like, my advice to you is going to be, don't rush to decisions too quickly. Make sure you're just thinking things all the way through, thinking of all the different pros, cons, that sort of thing. That's with any big decision. But I feel like this might be, I was telling another reading earlier that not all decisions are life and death and long term, and but I feel like this might be a decision that does kind of change your long term trajectory, if that makes any sense. What is hidden from you this week, Pisces, is anxiety here with the Nine of Swords. So yeah, you're not too worried about it. It's not really keeping you up. You're not anxious about it. But I think, I get the feeling that it's like you want to make the right decisions, and you just want to evaluate this information that's coming in, but looks like you're open to a new path, which is good. Let's see if we can get a message here from the Soul Oracle. Final message for Pisces as they come up with a practical plan for their dreams and go off on a new path here, it looks like. All right. Choose friends wisely. Okay, so, that might come into this truth realm here with this justice card or this judgment realm, is make sure that you are listening to the right people around you, and you know who those people are. You know who you can trust and who you can't. Hopefully, you're aware of that. Let's see what you need to do, Pisces, in the way of self-care this week as all of this is going on and all of this information is coming in so quickly. What you need to do, intention is the card that comes up for you. What if the only resolution you made was to love yourself more? So make sure when you're making these decisions and making these evaluations and judgments and what is the truth and all the stability, in the middle of it, are you loving yourself? Are you making sure that you're doing things that are good for you in the long term? It looks like you're about to head off on a new path, and just make sure that that's something that is about something that you really want, I guess. Clear away all the smoke of everything that's going on. Make sure it's what you really, really want to do. So, Pisces, I really appreciate your time here with me today. I hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in your week. Of course, drop me a comment down below if you are comfortable sharing. What is the new journey that you worked your way through this week? The information that was coming in hard and fast. Did it have to do something with your job or something with your house situation? I'd love to know that. Let me know in the comments. Also, I do readings every week, so come back next week. We'll see if this energy continues or if there's something completely new here for you next week. Also, if you like my reading style, if you like and subscribe and comment, it really does push me up in the algorithm. And as a new YouTuber, I really appreciate that help from you. So thank you so much. But most importantly, Pisces, it'll help you find me next week. So thanks so much. I appreciate your time here with me today, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.